There should be, judging by global statistics, about 500 million INFPs in the world. If we assume 1 in 16 people are INFPs today, that means there's a lot of INFPs out there, but yet so many people comment on my videos asking, where can I meet other INFPs? How can I make more INFP friends? What can I do to connect with other people like me? So I've gone ahead and made an extensive list of all the places where you can find INFPs. Here's every single location that you could find an INFP at. Number 1, the local bookstore. Especially the bookstore with the more authentic and vintage feel. Especially a bookstore more indie than one that is run by a mainstream publisher. But INFPs love to read in all shapes and colors. INFPs like the imaginative exercise of being inside somebody else's head and feeling and experiencing other people's experiences as if they were their own. Now let's talk about the cozy coffee shop. INFPs tend to love smaller coffee shops and cafes, places where they can relax in often a more calm and more relaxing environment with less noise. There's something to be said about these spots, and these spots are also perfect for opening up a conversation. A lot of the time, when you notice that people around you are sitting around kind of feeling a bit bored or looking at their phone, it's the perfect time to say, hey, what's your name? Number 3, art galleries. Art galleries are a place to enjoy and immerse yourself in beautiful colors and to experience and see other worlds. Photography and art is a good way to experience other people's worlds and imagination as your own, and so this is a nice place to find other INFPs. Nature trails. INFPs tend to score high for presence and mindfulness and often enjoy the quiet and relaxing experience of going out on a trail and walking and exploring nature and daydreaming away that you're in a fairy forest and just that, in a forest, in an open place of nature, your imagination can really roam free. Poetry readings. There's a lot of poetry slams and poetry readings in different spots. Many cafes and bars and venues host these kinds of events. And so that can be a perfect place to meet other INFPs. Music festivals, especially those that focus on more introspective genres. Yeah, concert and music festivals that focus on the kind of music that INFPs enjoy, a more downscale classic, lo-fi or jazzy feel, can be perfect to meet other INFPs. Online forums and social media groups. There's tons of communities and social forums online where you can meet other INFPs. I can speak to Type School, which is a forum where you can meet and connect with all the 16 personalities, and it's a nice forum and environment to explore and learn and take online courses. I also host my own online course there, Self-Discovery 1-on-1, for those that want to know more about their personality type. Workshops and retreats focused on personal development. Many INFPs enjoy the introspective experience of going on a mindfulness retreat or going on a spiritual experience together with other people. It can be a nice place to connect with others, and it's also an environment, the perfect environment to introspect, daydream, mind, improve your meditation, your focus, your concentration, and your connection to spiritual topics. Volunteer organizations. Yeah, volunteering is often a great way to connect with other people, and I met many INFPs in different volunteering groups and organizations. That's a place where you can engage in a cause that you're passionate about or to learn more about something that you're interested or curious about. Local theater groups. Many INFPs enjoy theater and the ability to act and to do so together with other people. And there's many fun improv groups and theater groups where you can engage in and express yourself as somebody else for a little bit. And that can be really fun. Old libraries. Yeah, libraries are the perfect spot. Along with bookstores, libraries are a place where you can sit, read, and just be. And a lot of the time at the bookstore, you don't have to pay for anything. You can just go there whenever you feel like. And so it's a nice spot to meet other INFPs. Only too bad you can't always talk. Indie movie theaters. There's actually quite a few indie movie theaters in many towns, and they can often screen very unique movies and more authentic and vintage style of movies that you haven't seen before, right? So this can be a nice spot to meet INFPs. Quiet parks at dawn. Yeah, while not all INFPs are morning birds, some INFPs are and love to go out and to be out when the birds are starting to wake up. Yeah, seeing the sunrise, seeing and hearing the sounds of nature and being out when nobody else is can be quite nice to many INFPs. Mystery and escape rooms. Yeah, mystery and escape rooms can be a fun way to engage in your curiosity and to solve problems and puzzles and to think about things and to reason. And it's also a nice, fun role-play experience and an immersive experience. Vintage clothing stores. Getting into vintage clothing is a really nice way to connect with other people. It's nice to explore the stories of clothes and how they ended up on those shelves and to think about, what lives these clothes might have worn or had before they met you, right? Also, vintage clothing stores have a lot of different colors and very unique styles, so it's a nice way to express yourself too. Record stores. While fewer and fewer, record stores and vinyl stores are a nice spot to meet other INFPs. INFPs often are big lovers of music, and often the vinyl experience can be something very different to regular stereo or CD or Spotify playlist music, right? And it's going to be a way to really celebrate your favorite band or artist that you really like. Creative writing workshops. Many INFPs are writers or love to write as a hobby, and so going to creative writing workshops can be a way to connect with other people, and it's probably one of the better spots to go to. Botanical gardens. Botanical gardens are a beautiful spot to explore, and I love going through and walking through these kinds of places and just exploring what's on there. And I think sitting down there, bringing a blanket or having the ability to just sit down and enjoy the experience of it can also be a nice way to really connect with whoever happens to be there at the time. Philosophical debates and lectures. Yeah, lots of groups and places in many towns today offer philosophy groups. And while you might think many of these philosophy groups might be dry or boring, the truth is many of them are actually very nice and personal environments. I, for example, attend the Socratic Cafe in Amsterdam and Barcelona, and it's the opposite of a dry philosophy discussion. It's a place where people can talk about introspective topics and connect and share their personal opinions in an open environment. Crafts and artisan markets. Yeah, lots of cities organize markets for makers and creators and sewers and people, and it can be a nice way to see what people express and make, and it can be a nice way to connect with other people. A lot of the people who are there with their stalls are there because they want to show off the thing that they are passionate about and love to do. And often this can be small and easy, cute trinkets or crafts that can be fun to have and buy, and it can be something that means something more than what you can buy in a regular store. But it can also be a nice way to connect with somebody who works there, or what they do and why they do it. I met a lot of people that way. Community gardens. Riverside walks at sunset. Take a stroll during sunset across the river or ocean and just enjoy the vibe of being there. I think a lot of INFPs would love to go on these kinds of things, and a lot of INFPs do. And so this can be a nice spot to spot other INFPs. Historical reenactments. Candle making or pottery workshops. Lots of INFPs can enjoy the thought of going to an art workshop to draw or to work on pottery or to work on candle making or to engage in other small forms of crafts. It can be a good way to get present and to get more mindful about something and to get engaged with an activity. And yeah, it can be a fun way to express yourself. Ancient ruins or historical sites. Ancient ruins and historical sites will probably attract a lot of INFPs because it can be a place to think about life, other people, how they lived, what they did, and what life was back then, right? It can also be great for research for your next book. Quiet cafes with open mic nights. Open mic nights are popular in many cafes and bars, and it can be a nice way for people to come up and express themselves, to share something they made or did, or to just do something fun with other people. And so that can be a place to spot INFPs too. Yoga studios. Yeah, yoga studios can be a place to connect with other INFPs. On top of that, meditation studios and meditation environments can be a good place to connect with other INFPs that are interested in spirituality or mindfulness. Fantasy and science fiction conventions. Yeah, going to a fantasy or a science fiction convention can be a great way to find other INFPs, as many INFPs enjoy books and enjoy fantasy and science fiction. On top of that, anime and manga conventions can also go on the list. Yeah, anime and manga conventions can be a place to connect with, to dress up, to express yourself as your favorite character, or to meet other people that enjoy the topic of dressing up or cosplay or other kinds of expression. Astronomy clubs and stargazing events. Yeah, astronomy clubs and stargazing events can be the perfect space to connect with other INFPs. Ethical or sustainable living workshops. Yeah, lots of topics and groups organize discussions on sustainability, climate change, and how to live and how to organize your life from intentional communities to different places where you can talk about ethical topics. It can be something that can be good for the INFP. Intimate music venues. We kind of already been on this in the sense of festivals, but yeah, lots of places organize, improv jazz events and places where people can just play music. It can be either something small, like somebody just coming up and doing something with a guitar, or somebody playing something with a piano, or it can be something more like where people can come together and make music together in a fun way. Herbalism workshops. Yeah, some INFPs are passionate about herbal life and plants and things like that, and so that can also be a place to meet INFPs. Fairy tale and mythology conferences. Yeah, I'm sure they exist. I haven't been to one, but why not? Artisan bakeries. Many INFPs enjoy art and baking and those things, and so the ability to express yourself through baking and cooking can be a good way to express yourself as an INFP, and so you could probably meet INFPs there. Organic farms and eco-villages. Organic farms and eco-villages could be a spot to meet other INFPs. Spiritual retreats. Yeah, many INFPs I've met have been to spiritual retreats and enjoy them. Board game cafes. Many INFPs enjoy board games also because it allows you to connect with other people, even if you're not necessarily super social or great at speaking or a connection. Board games can be a fun way to connect with and to mingle with other people through some kind of play. Ethical animal shelters can be one form. Volunteering at such a place can be a great way to do something good for the world and to connect with others. Vegetarian and vegan groups. Many INFPs are vegetarians or vegans, and so if you're interested in vegetarianism or veganism, you could definitely meet other INFPs there. Photography walks and groups. Yeah, lots of groups organize photography walks where you can just go around, take photos of anything you like, and to connect with the people who are there. DIY crafting circles. Yeah, there's lots of DIY crafting groups, sewing groups, knitting groups, all kinds of groups where you can create, make your own things. And so if you're passionate about that or would like to try it out or experience it, definitely check it out. Local writers groups, specialty teas shops, Renaissance fairs, holistic health workshops, quiet rooftop gardens, storytelling groups and storytelling nights. Yeah, as you can hear, there's lots of places where you can meet other INFPs. You could also organize these things yourself if you don't know how to find them, or you can do a quick Google on these topics, and I'm sure you're going to find something. Which one of these would you like to try out the most? Have you ever already been to any of these, and what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching. Also, thank you to all my patrons who support my videos. I really appreciate you all.